What's up, y'all? It is Bella, back testing with Bella, Trading Bay. Tonight, I have a special podcast with Miss Sharline. So, you know what I'm saying? If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.
Okay. So what kind of questions are you going to be asking?
So the kind of questions I'm going to be asking is just how did you get into Forex trading, when you became profitable, how long did it take? And then I seen on YouTube you quit your job, but you never posted the reactions of everybody about you leaving.
You know, the editing on that video is killing me right now. We might end up doing it over again. So it's a work in progress. I just want to make sure that I put it out and it's good, you know, not something rinky-dink or anything. So trust me, it'll be worth the wait.
So like every trader that I know, they know you and they know Quebec or whatever. And I seen it on YouTube. I was like, oh shit, she like to have fun. Cause usually, usually most traders that I be meeting, they just be so uptight. Like they just be
really.
Yeah, like most traders, they just, I don't know. I never seen a trader having fun like you. Like I see you in the car, like, oh yeah, about to speed off. I'm like, oh okay, she be having fun.
That's what it's all about. It's having fun. How can you not want to have fun? What the hell? Like, what are you trading for in the first place? You know, gotta have fun with it.
I don't know. Traders be living real dull. Like they be so serious all the time. Like. They hate, some traders hate to see you get excited when you make profits. They be like, calm down. You shouldn't be showing your emotions when you're trading. It's like, what? Dude, relax. I'm happy. I just got to win a trade. I'm happy. Like, let me show my emotions. Like, yes, that's how I can say it. Traders don't be liking to show emotions.
Yeah, you. How can you not? You know, because you're trading money. How can you not? You know, if you make a good amount of money that you made sitting at home, like just chilling, that you didn't make having to get up and go punch a clock somewhere, I don't get that. That's a blessing, you know?
So, are you originally from Miami?
No, I'm from New York.
What part of New York?
Born and raised. I was born in Brooklyn, but I grew up on Long Island, New York.
Wow, I've never been there before. That's nice.
Yeah. I moved here about 12 years ago, I want to say now, maybe 13 now. But I've been back and forth because my dad's family is here in Miami, and then my mom's family is in New York. So I kind of have, you know, the best of both.
Best of both worlds. So it's real crowded in New York, huh? I heard the rent real expensive there.
Oh my God! If you knew what I paid where I live at right now, you would lose your mind. It is very expensive, but
I probably would.
Yeah, New York is very expensive, but no, Florida is expensive, but New York is more expensive because the cost of living is higher over there, and they get paid a lot more than the average person here. So yeah, it's definitely more. But the reason why everything went up so high here is because everybody is moving here. There's so much money coming into the actual state. And it's like, oh, well, people are willing to pay this much for something. Why not charge that much for it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, it's balancing out a little bit slowly, but eventually it should go back to normal. So
I was talking to a trader today, the girl who does hair. She was like, I love Sharline. She's so motivational, like. Because I'm an options trader, so she trades options. That's why she said that she stopped doing hair to trade full-time. And she's like, I love Sharline. Even though she does Forex, she's so inspirational. I'm like, hell yeah, she is.
You said she stopped doing hair?
Yeah, she stopped doing hair to trade full-time.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That means she She trades options as well, or
She trades options. So she said that she stopped doing hair so she can like learn options full time.
okay,
She's working on it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, yeah, I'll be making an appointment pretty soon. So
when you're trading, do you trade supply and demand?
no, I trade strictly technical, strictly price action, technical analysis. I'm going okay. Strategy, I want to say, but I'm not going to deviate too much from what I already have going on. So for the most part, just technical analysis. It's what works for me right now, you know. So you might as well stick with what works, you know.
Usually when I trade, I started out trading like I didn't have a real strategy, and I was getting clapped. Like I was so depressed. Like I went through a time where it was like I didn't want to eat, I didn't want to hang out, like nothing at all. That was until I learned like ICT, and then I started trading strat. I don't know if you know what that is.
I do. Yes, I have a good friend of mine that trades ICT. Yes,
I love ICT. ICT has turned around my trading, so that's why I was asking you. Well, what do you trade? I was thinking maybe you trade supply and demand too. I also use supply and demand too, but I know a lot of people don't use ICT.
Well, ICT is heavily based around that. You know, with the order block strategy and stuff like that. I teach supply and demand, but do I trade it that much? No. It's just an added, you know, confluence to, you know, to give you a little bit more understanding of what you're looking at, because trading is mostly about, you know, how you look at the market, how you look at how the market structure is forming. So some people may look at it from one point of view, someone else might look at it from a different point of view and just understand it better. You know, that's what makes trading, I want to say, so unique and so difficult at the same time, because you and I could be looking at the same chart and you can see buys, I can see sells. You know what I mean? So we all see the market differently, and that's why that's why it makes it so
that was so crazy.
Yeah.
When I used to be losing, I used to be like, bruh, it's two different people on the side of these option trades. Somebody's taking calls, somebody's taking puts. Hopefully I don't be one that's wrong. I stay the one that's wrong. I stayed the one that's wrong. I was down so much. I was only eating chicken and water. I was fasting so bad. I was like, something gotta change, because I was a hairstylist too, and I stopped doing hair.
Oh, so, congrats!
So how many years have you been trading?
It's gonna be 5 years. This actually no, next April will be 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah.
Damn. That's not long though. But
I mean,
after how many years did you become profitable?
It took me about 1.5 to 2 years within that window to be profitable. It was hard. It was very hard. Like I even quit at one point in the beginning. I quit for like 3 months, and then something just kept pulling me back into it. So, it took me about 1.5 to 2 years. And that's and when I say profitable, like that's when I stopped constantly depositing money, when I was actually pulling money out of the market more than I was actually putting in.
Oh, girl.
So to me, that's the definition of profitable. Like if you're pulling money out, then you're making money. But if you keep on depositing, that means you're losing. You know what I mean? So when I actually was like, oh my God, I don't have to make a deposit. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. Like I can actually take money out and like do things with it. Then I was like, okay, I think I got something here. I got the hang of it for the most part.
So I started YouTube, and I found you from YouTube. And a lot of traders be DMing me like, oh, I have a problem cutting my losses. And it's kind of like, I just be thinking in my head like, well, you kind of already know your problem, so what you want me to tell you? What would you tell them? What would you tell them? Because kind of like, I can't cut your loss for you, so.
Yeah, you know what? There's no like black and white way to answer that, but the best answer I can give people is, I'm really big on analogies. And the best way I would say to handle like cutting your losses is understanding that there's always going to be another opportunity. See, sometimes people feel like, well, traders feel like, you know, they have to be in a trade, or if they're in this trade, they got to hold on. It has to play out for them. Not realizing that the market is a 24/7 machine. It's going to constantly be moving, which means opportunities are going to arise back to back to back to back to back. So if you lose a trade or you have to cut that trade, the reason why they don't want to cut it is they're hoping too much. They're married to the trade. They feel like, man, you know, if I don't win this trade, I don't know what I'm going to do. Not realizing that if you cut this trade, you give yourself the chance to trade another day. But if you hold on to that move and you blow your account, guess what? Now tomorrow you come to the charts and you might see a better setup that you could have taken. Now you can't take it because you were stubborn about the last trade you took. So
Yeah.
always think about it like, okay, you know what? This one didn't work out for me, at least for the most part. Let me just cut it here, and I'm just gonna wait for the next opportunity that I see, and then maybe that opportunity will be better than this one. You understand?
I
So
used to stay
that's
having that problem.
the huh?
I used to stay having that problem. Like on Thinkorswim, like Thinkorswim's real dramatic. So if you blow your account, it's gonna be like negative 1,000%. So I blew my
Ooh,
account that day, negative 844%. I was like,
wow,
I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this.
man.
That was my turning point for me. It was like I can't keep doing this. Like I could
Oh
have just
wow,
cut my
wow, wow.
trade instead of going through this.
I actually have a friend of mine who trades options, and she trades. As far as I know, she's done very well with it. And I always and she wanted to like come over to like Forex, and I'm like, why come over to Forex? You're already killing it with options, so just stay over there. And like, nah, there's more opportunity, on the Forex side, and make money, this and that, or whatever. So I never really understood how options like works. Like, is it the same as Forex? Like, is it all? I mean, I know the terminology, market structure and stuff like that are pretty much the same, but is it the same or is it not?
So a lot of people, like not a lot of people, probably like 3 people told me that Forex better. I was gonna ask you that question too. They was like they don't
Uh,
like options because of the data. Like so it's like a time on there. So basically the longer you hold it, the more it eat up your money. Especially if the trade going against you, then you really start losing money. So
mm-hmm.
what do you like
I,
better?
I couldn't answer that because I honestly don't know that much. I don't know much about options at all. Actually, people sometimes ask me like, why Forex? Why did I pick? Why not stocks? Why not options? Why not futures? And I just fell into Forex. That was the first like avenue into trading that I was introduced to. So that's just naturally what I gravitated towards because that's what I was introduced to.
How'd you get
So,
introduced?
huh?
Who introduced you?
IML. IML.
Oh my god, not the marketing.
Yes, yes. I
Oh
was
my gosh.
an IML for a dreadful like 4 months, a little bit longer than that actually. I had checked out months before I actually quit paying them and stuff, but I never signed up a single person because I didn't care about recruiting. I just wanted to learn how to trade.
Yeah.
So yeah, going back to the question is, I just fell into Forex because that's what was presented to me. I didn't even know what options. I had never heard of it before, nothing like that. So the only realm of trading that I had heard about before was being a stockbroker, trading in the stock market. And I thought, you had to go to school for that. You needed a degree, you needed a certain type of license. So I never really looked at, trading as an avenue for me ever until I found Forex, and I realized that, it's very accessible. You don't need basically anything to get involved with it. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
can literally start with like $5 if you want to,
How
so
much
it's
did you
just,
start with?
I started 500. My first live account was $500.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
that's all I was willing. I think I blew it in like 2 weeks. Like that money was
Oh, and then you had to put another $500. So you was using
yeah.
all the police money in Forex.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was blowing checks like crazy. I was blowing overtime checks. I was blowing like
I would have been like, pull over
yeah.
right now. I need to get paid.
Yeah.
I need to put
Yeah.
this in Forex.
I blew my entire savings. I had a nice little chunk saved up in my savings account. That was gone within like a year. But mostly not just on blown accounts. I was buying courses like crazy. I was buying trainings, in person classes. Whatever I felt like could help get me to where I wanted to get to, I was willing to invest in it.
I was
And
gonna
then
ask you how much is your in-person training? Because I see you say you was doing that on your Instagram.
yeah, my I haven't done one in a while. The classes
Sounds
I've
pretty
been
expensive because you're a
yeah,
good trader.
the classes I think I had them at like 1,500. I believe the last time I did the in person classes for groups. The one on ones I think is 17, but I'm actually going to be raising the prices in a few
Yeah.
weeks. But not right now, but just in a few couple weeks. But for now, that's what they are. But I haven't done one in in a while. You know, the whole COVID thing, you know, getting back in the groove of everything. So I, I actually don't even plan on having any probably until sometime next year. Because I'm going to be, you know, doing some traveling soon. I'm going to be, you know, got some personal things going on. So, um, but yeah, I actually don't like doing the in-person classes.
You don't? Because it's kind of scary, right? Because it's like you a big person, so it's kind of like, I don't know you like that.
No, it's not even that. What it is the people that are coming to these classes, everybody has like a different level of understanding. So and that's why when I do them, I keep them very small. Like you'll see some people do them, and there's like 40 people in the room. I could never do that because how do you give every person your attention to help them in the ways that they're going to need the help?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's hard because you're one person and you have a classroom full of people who are all counting on you to help them. Like they just invested this money with you. They're hoping to get a return on that money when they leave your class. So they leave your class with all these questions because they couldn't get a question in edgewise. They couldn't get your time because this person, that person. So for me, I just feel like it's difficult to have in-person classes, even with a small class, because you have so many people that have questions. They all have a different level of understanding. They all need a different type of attention from you, and it's hard to give them that. Now, the one-on-ones are perfect. I love one-on-ones. But when it comes to group settings, I've always found those a little bit difficult. So that's why I don't have them as much because I just feel like it's difficult for me as a mentor to give that person the type of undivided attention that they may require for them to really understand the material. Because the last thing I would want is for somebody to spend that type of money with me and leave feeling depleted. Like, man, I didn't get all my questions answered, or I still don't understand this, or man, you know, I still need help with this. Like you don't want somebody to leave with that.
It's been plenty of times I paid a lot of money and I still didn't learn nothing. Like,
and you still, yeah, it's like you feel like it was a waste, and then that really hurts your confidence. It hurts. It demotivates you to want to continue going because you're like, man, this was hard for me to come up with this money. I took time off work. I did this. I did that, and then you feel like you left.
Oh, this is a good question. So, like, you running like a telegram or just having like a group full of people. Like, let's just say if you all take like a loss as a team. Like, how does that make you feel? Like, and how do you control all the different energy making call outs like to so many different people? Like,
it's not as hard as you think. I've grown a pretty thick skin when it comes to a couple of things, and a lot of times, a lot of the people that are in those groups and stuff, they're more my supporters than anything.
Yeah.
I haven't come across too many haters. That's the surprising part to me. I haven't come across a lot of people, you know, hitting up my DMs or, you know, commenting negative things. I don't really get too much of that. It does happen every once in a while, but I'm very good at ignoring that kind of thing. I'm not a confrontational person. Yeah. I'm not with the drama. You know, I don't care about none of that stuff. I got better things to worry about.
Like, if I was to take a call out from somebody, I never get mad at the other person. Like, I'll always blame myself. Like, because most times it could go good, but then sometimes, let's just say if it's not right, like, I can't blame nobody but myself. But exactly. I feel like sometimes traders do be blaming people like, oh, because this person, I blew everything. Like, no, you was the person in charge of your own account. Like,
exactly. You're the one pushing that button. You decide whether or not you want to do it, you know. Now, it is a big responsibility because you have people that are trusting you to help them, you know, make money. But at the same time, you are in control of your account. It's up to you to understand what you're getting yourself involved in, what are the risk parameters, and are you even up for the challenge? Because if you're not, then just don't do it. You know, exactly. But if you are and something goes haywire, you gotta that falls on yourself, you know. So
yeah. So I'll just ask you one more question because like a lot of traders was like, you're so inspirational and we just all want to be motivated. So I seen you on Instagram, like I live the free life. I get to wake up and do whatever I want to do. So what's some of the big things you be doing with your trading money? Like how you be going shopping, you know what I'm saying? Where you be traveling to? Like
man.
How you get down outside of trading?
Let me tell you something. Having money is a blessing and it's also a curse. It really is. Because what some people, and I'm going to make a YouTube video about this coming up, but what some people fail to realize that is there is a different side of trading success, right? And this is the thing that a lot of successful traders don't talk about. Because you have the haters that come out that are not so happy about how you're doing. You have the family and friends who want to come to you for loans, who want you to pay for everything for them, who want to use you for things that they wouldn't normally use you for, but because they think you got it like that, they're gonna come to you and be like, "Hey, pay for this, or we pay for that, or let me hold this, let me do that," and it's incessant. It's really incessant. I mean, I have two cell phones, and both of them are constantly going off.
Really?
So yeah, so you have to you have to. It's not just about, because some people, I want to be profitable, I want to be profitable, but it's more to it than just the money. Because now you got to learn how to handle this type of money that you didn't make before. If you were making $500 a day, 2,000 a week, let's say 10,000 a month, that is life changing money. I don't care what nobody says.
Oh, girl.
Making that now, you're not a millionaire by any stretch. However, you're doing then better than more than maybe 70% of the U.S. population if you're making that type of money.
Yeah.
Because average person is not pulling in those type of coins. So when you're making that kind of money, you also have to ask yourself, what am I going to do with it now? How am I going to manage this money? Am I going to make more of it? Am I just going to blow it on dumb things? Am I going to take it and do something positive with it, invest it, give it away to charity, help my family, pay my bills? These are all now, that's saying that they say more money, more problems. It's true. When you have more money, you have the urge to upgrade your lifestyle, right? You want to buy nicer things. You want to live in a nicer place. You want to have a nicer car because you can afford these things now. But before, you wasn't doing that. Before, you were living, within your means or maybe even below your means, and you were doing okay. So you have to not lose yourself becoming successful, because sometimes it goes to people's heads. They start feeling like they're big and bad and I'm better than this person, that person, because your bank account is bigger. But no, it doesn't. Money doesn't change who you are. It makes you more of what you are, what you've always been.
But damn, trade is already lonely, so that just makes you even more lonely.
Exactly.
Because now you don't know who's using you. So like, does that keep you, like, are you single? Are you like do people get with you for just trading stuff?
Yeah, I was in a relationship a couple months ago, and we broke up, and it was tough. It was tough on me because I always, because I've been single for a long time, and I always wanted to. It's cool, like, having money and be able to do things, but it means everything to be able to do something with somebody.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not just, oh, let me go out to eat over here and you sit at the bar, or let me go see a movie and you sit by yourself in an aisle or something. Like, having someone there with you that cares about you, that is there for you because they want to be there, not just because you have money or whatever, and that person genuinely cares about you. And you have similar interests, you have a lot of things in common and stuff. It's like the best feeling in the world. So, but you also have to find somebody that is okay with your success as well, especially if they're not as successful as you are, right? Because I've met people out and about and stuff, and people will tell me, like, a majority of my friends are males, are guys, and a lot of them tell me, like, Sharline, you're the catch, because you're young, you're single, you got money, you have a nice place, you have a nice car, you ain't got no kids, you ain't got no drama, you ain't got this,
girl,
that.
You probably be getting in a relationship, you probably run everything because you got all the money. So wait, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Cancer.
Cancers are crybabies. Cancers are crybabies. So you be emotional. All right, I take that back. You ain't right much.
We cry about everything. Everything hurts my feelings. So
my heart. You deserve that. You deserve true love, and I really hope you find it.
Thank you. Thank
you so much, Sharline, for coming on here, because I really don't want to take too much of your time because I know you're busy.
Nah, I got time, guys. I make time for those I want to make time for. So ask if you have more questions. Ask away.
Oh, okay. All right. So what's the next trip? Because I see you say you was going. You got plenty of trips to go to. The only reason why I'm so interested is because that's why I'm trading so hard. Like, I just want to take me and my son out and we just be free, like, living a good life. Like, girl, I want to be on the yacht too. Yeah. Like, I'm working hard as hell to be on the yacht. I'm trying to, I'm in the process of trading my options account, like a Forex funded account. Like, I'm like, look, I ain't taking more than the 7% loss on my shit. Like, I'm just on my stuff. Like, I'm just going to be serious because I see everybody's getting into FTMO too.
Yeah, if you, that's the thing. Those things, people are making them things rich, honestly. Because there's so many like unprofitable traders. They don't understand like the psychology behind FTMO. It's a psychology battle. Just taking a challenge. Forget the account size. Just taking a challenge, you know. And if you're not profitable on your own, it's hard to be profitable on those accounts because now you're trading with a lot bigger money.
Yeah.
So it's for those things. I mean, I'm all for them. I think they're great things, you know, prop firms and all that. But I think they're going to be the death of some people because people are going to be like depositing money, paying for these things over and over. And they're going to keep failing them over and over again.
Dang, I was about to start one. I've never traded Forex, but my friend told me to just try it. I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I wanted to try it too because I seen you say you passed it.
No, I passed the first phase of it, but I've never passed the second phase because I'm a very aggressive trader, and my trading style doesn't fit with their risk parameters because their risk parameters are very tight. The risk management on them is like tight. You can't if you go one penny over the daily drawdown or the full drawdown, max drawdown, they'll cut it. You know, even if the trade goes back into profit, they don't care. You know what I mean? So it depends on what type of trader you are as well. You have to be a very conservative trader for you to be able to pass one of those things. If you're aggressive, you won't last long with it at all. So yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah, and the next trip is I'm supposed to be going to Dubai at the end of the month.
Oh girl, I've been stalking your Instagram. I seen that. I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
So what y'all doing over there? Like Dubai, y'all gonna be having little cute outfits in the desert.
You know what? That's all I want to do. I want to go out to the desert and ride a camel. That's all I want to do when I get out there.
How many places you been to?
I have been not too many. I've been to most places stateside. Like I've been to, obviously New York, California, Vegas, Colorado, Virginia, New Jersey. Most places stateside. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to Jamaica. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Germany. I've been to yeah, I can't think of any more. I've been to a couple places, but
that's a lot of places.
Yeah, a lot of the places that I like really want to go to, like Italy, the Maldives, Dubai. My mom is trying to get me to go to Turkey with her this month, which I really don't want to. I told her if she want me to go, she'll have to pay for me.
From your YouTube, you look real close to your mom, and then I seen you say that you Haitian on your YouTube.
Yes.
So your mom proud as hell of you, huh? Because you're doing something different.
She's a little too proud. A little too proud.
Yeah, because that's not really our culture, right? Like y'all like offer school.
Exactly. She did not want me to leave my job. She did not care. She was like, no, it's a good job. You're gonna have a pension. They're gonna pay you for the rest of your life. You know, it's respectable. You're a police officer. Everybody respects police officers and this and that, this and that. And I'm like, but mom, I'm not happy. Like, I'm not happy. Like, you want me to stay somewhere and have be forced to stay there for the next, I don't know, 25 years or so? Because I had only 6 years on when I left. So technically, that's not a lot of time. I was still a rookie, considered a rookie when I left.
Yeah.
So people might think that, oh man, you know, that was a dumb decision. Why would you do that? This and that. Because at the end of the day, my job did not get in the way of my business, of my trading, or my other business. I have other businesses that I do, but a lot of those businesses don't require my hands-on.
You are such an entrepreneur. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you gotta have multiple streams. You cannot survive in this world with, especially after COVID, with one stream of income.
So did the discipline for being a police officer help with your trading? To be disciplined?
Yeah, it did. It did. It taught me more than anything is just perseverance, because there were times where I wanted to quit police, not even after I got the job, but when I was in the academy. You know, it was one of the hardest experiences I had ever gone through, but it was also one of the most rewarding as well. So I kind of translated over into trading, because trading is one of the hardest things I've ever had to learn to do, but it's the most rewarding because look at all the benefits that it provides, you know? So those things really, you know, they go hand in hand with each other. So I'm very grateful for, you know, God blessing me to be able to have that job. And also that job was able to fund me to learn how to trade, because if I didn't have the type of job I needed to, you know, put money in accounts and and buy courses and be able to do all these things financially, I probably would have given up
I
because
would
I
be like,
couldn't.
"Hey, yo, chief, I need 8 more hours. I need 8 more
Yeah,
hours."
yeah. You know, I
Look,
would have never.
when you tell
I
people
can't
you a
do it.
trader, they be like, "Oh Lord, you got a gambling problem. You over there
Yeah,
losing
yeah,
everything. You about to kill yourself."
yeah,
That's exactly my
yeah.
parents thought.
Yeah, even now, like when I go out and let's say somebody asks me what I do for a living or whatever, I don't really tell them I day trade. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. I just tell them, oh, I do a little of this, a little of that. I keep it very vague because I just feel like sometimes you just gotta be private with the things that you do because you never really know what people's intentions are. Not saying that they're bad intentions, but I just like to move in silence. I like to do keep things close to the chest because I've seen close family, close friends of mine and stuff try to achieve something great or be something great and have it get torn down because they just talk too damn much.
That
Like you need to
energy.
talk.
That
Yeah.
energy.
When you're sometimes when you're happy about where you are in life or what you're doing, it can come off to people as if you're bragging or you're boastful about it, but in reality, you're just really happy and excited for
I
your
kind of want to
success.
hear you brag though. Like I
You
want
know?
to know. I want to know everything you be
So,
doing so I can get happy. Like I want to know.
yeah, people, I get a lot of flack for that. People are like, oh, Sharline, you're too humble, man. You need to flex every once in a while. You need to show them who's boss and this and that. But that's just not in my nature. I've just never been that kind of person.
Cancer spirit. That's that cancer energy.
Yeah, it's just
I'm a
I'm
Virgo,
back
but
and yeah, I'm just very laid back. I like to just chill. I flex in other ways. My way of flexing is like helping somebody else. My way of flexing is making somebody else feel better about themselves. Because in retrospect, it helps me as well. I feel when you get what you put out in the universe.
yeah.
So
So when
you,
you sending out them signals, you be feeling good because you helping somebody
yeah,
else.
yes, trust me, trust me. When I left that $1,000 tip, I went to Dallas, Texas last week,
Oh, I
and
seen that
I
on your
left.
Instagram. I was like, she
Yeah,
balling.
yeah, I left that guy. He was working. He deserved it because that guy was working, baby. He was working, honey. And I felt so
Oh,
bad for him because I guess there's a shortage of workers now because a lot of places there's people ain't trying to work. So he had like I think he had like 6 tables, and one table had like 12 people. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy, man, I feel for this. He gonna be tired when he get home. So I felt it right to really bless him with stuff like that. But as soon as I got back from my trip, I got a text message from a friend of mine who was still a police officer. And mind you, I left over a month ago now. But there's this like benefit check that they give all police officers for like disaster relief or something like that. So I already left, so I didn't expect that money. But he texted me, he was like, "Hey, Charlene, you got a check here for $1,300." I
wow.
was
So you got
like,
it right back.
I got it right back.
That
I was
is
like,
so
but
nice.
yeah, and I got it back more than what I gave because I gave him a $1,000 tip, and the check was for 13 and change. So, not saying that that's happening all the time, but when you put good things out, it comes back to you tenfold,
Yeah.
tenfold. So that's how you gotta look at things. It's like, okay, yeah, you can flex with a nice car, you can flex with a vacation, you can flex with a big day in the market or whatever, but who's gonna remember that after you're dead? They don't give a damn about all that. They're gonna remember who you were as a person. How did you affect people's lives?
Yeah, that's
That's
so
what's
true.
most important. You know what I mean?
That's
So
what I like about you. Like you seem
yeah.
really, really caring. Like
that's, that's how you flex. That's how you flex. Inspire other people to want better for themselves.
you
That's what
inspiring
they
a
look
lot of
at.
people. Like a lot of people know who you are. Like
Yeah.
everybody like you for getting inspired. So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's a really
Thank
good
you.
thing.
Thank you.
So I
Thank
got
you.
like so you guys, I didn't really do a proper intro and ending because I was super excited to be interviewing Sharline. But that is my podcast with Sharline, and I am forever grateful and I'm very thankful that she decided to do a podcast with me. So that meant a real lot to me. And yeah, so if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Good night.